Hey guys! Eevee is a Pokemon that is able to evolve into several different evolutions. Eeveelutions are some of the most well-loved Pokemon out there, so much so that every time a new game comes out, people cross their fingers that a brand new one will be revealed. We have 10 types that Eevee still can't evolve into, so let's take a look at what each of these could look like. Here is an Eeveelution of Every Type. First up is a new Poison-type Eeveelution. Meet Flareon. Eevee is able to evolve into this Pokemon depending on its environment. Similar to how players used to have to get Leafeon and Glaceon, Eevee needs to be brought to a location that has more contamination than any other area in the region you're playing in, such as a power plant or a very large city. Eevee's genetic structure causes it to respond to the higher levels of toxins and chemicals in these environments and transform into Flareon. This Eeveelution can actually absorb pollution into its body to make the environment it evolved in more clean and safe for trainers and other Pokemon. Scientists believe that over time, as more Eevee evolve into Flareon, it will become one of the rarer Eeveelutions as contamination is removed throughout the planet. Its fur is slick and resembles oil spills and toxic slime, so I imagine this Eeveelution would be introduced in a region that has plenty of water and an environmental message to it. Our ground-type Eeveelution is called Iridion, named after arid deserts. This evolution can be attained by bringing Eevee to a desert, since we've gotten ruder locations like this in every game since Gen 3, or with a Dust Stone. Iridion is said to control sandstorms. Trainers don't have to worry about getting sand in their eyes when they travel through these locations with an Iridion, as the Pokemon will make sure to keep the flow of sandy wind away from them, clearing a path for them to travel. The markings around its eyes are a reference to when we had to wear go goggles to get through the desert in Hoenn. They are very helpful Pokemon. Wild Iridion are known to guide travelers to water sources and their destinations without any hesitation. The Ghost-type Eeveelution, Umbreon, aren't as approachable as their Iridion cousins. In fact, they often scare away trainers and Pokemon before they even get a chance to approach them. The Pokemon's name comes from the Onibi of Japanese legend. They are ghostly lights that resemble fire, with some folklore claiming that they are spirits from former humans and animals, while others say they used to be resentful people. Depending on how an Umbreon was treated during its life, it will either be hostile towards others or keep its distance while keeping an eye on them. They will only open up and show their true emotions around a trainer who loves them. You would need to do two things to get an Umbreon. First, you have to get your hands on a Spirit Stone. Unlike other evolutionary stones, the Spirit Stone needs to be charged to be useful. You'll need to battle 10 Pokemon with your Eevee to get the stone working and evolve it into an Umbreon. Next is the Rock-type Eeveelution, Orion. A sediment stone can be used to evolve an Eevee into an Orion. This Pokemon is as tough as diamond. In some regions, you can find Orion climbing rocky cliffs and resting in deep caves. They protect the Carbink inside of these caves from Sableye. Their rock and ground type moves are known to be able to knock out multiple Sableye at once. Orion are just as protective of their trainers. An Orion that isn't well trained or confident in their trainer or fellow Pokemon companions will release itself from its Pokeball anytime it can sense even the slightest bit of tension. I thought of the design for the Flying-type Eeveelution, Arion, months ago. This Pokemon has adapted the large, pointy ears that most Eeveelutions have for flight. This generally carefree and go-lucky Pokemon can be found in the clouds most of the time, making them difficult to spot unless it's a completely sunny day. Legends say that the rainbows you see after thunderstorms are actually Arion jumping in the sky. They tend to be friendly rivals with Jolteon. They enjoy teasing and provoking Jolteon and creating storms, just so they can create rainbows when the storm is cleared. Eevee can evolve into an Arion using a cloud stone on a sunny day. I know plenty of people have wanted to see a Dragon-type Eeveelution as our next one in the games, so here is Draceon. These Pokemon are very powerful. To get a Draceon, you would need to wait until late game after securing several gym badges. You would then need to beat a powerful trainer or gym leader, as well as go through some questions similar to what was done in Pokemon Crystal. All of these things combined would prove that you are ready to have a Draceon. I think this would be really satisfying to watch in the anime, with a character growing over time with their Eevee partner to get a new Dragon-type Eeveelution. Draceon is a physical and special attacker, and can learn TM moves for every Pokemon type, so it can fit in just about any team composition. Now we have the Bug-type Eeveelution, Flareon. Bug warning ahead! Flareon's design takes inspiration from a variety of bugs like butterflies, moths, bees, and beetles with their little sectioned bellies. Flareon is known for being the oddball amongst its fellow Eeveelutions. When it gets cold, they'll try to dig and cover themselves up in dirt to sleep. Similar to how bugs like bees and beetle larvae hibernate, they can also climb up vertical surfaces with ease due to the texture of their paws. Flareon like to use their environment to their advantage in battle to gain an upper hand on their opponent. While they vary in size like other Pokemon, Flareon tend to be smaller than other Eeveelutions overall, and use their size to better hide and launch sneak attacks. This Steel-type Eeveelution looks like it could be a little robot friend. Jolteon is a very loyal Pokemon, though it has a difficult time thinking for itself. This can make the Pokemon easy to raise for younger trainers, but can also be difficult when it's easily influenced by other people and Pokemon. When it's awake, an electrical current runs between its two ears, kind of like the Electrolls from Spyro 2. They're said to have the highest energy of any Eeveelution. Trainers who love to explore and hike outside for hours at a time often gravitate toward this Pokemon in particular, since it can keep up with them without any problems. When it's finally time to call it in for the day, Jolteon will act as if it's powering down when it's trying to sleep, somehow managing to rest standing up with its head bent down. They can learn some powerful electric and steel-type moves, but some require an additional turn to use like Solar Beam. When powering up to use one of these moves, Jolteon's tail will turn. Eevee can evolve into Jolteon with high friendship and while knowing a steel-type move. The fighting-type Eeveelution, Brawleon, is a lot more rough and tough compared to Jolteon. They're known for throwing themselves into fights any chance they get. It takes a lot of training and a close bond for trainers to work well with Brawleon and get the Pokemon to reach its true potential. A Brawleon raised this way can easily defeat a wild or untrained Brawleon in battle, and can face off well against even the strongest of foes. Because so much work needs to be done to get a Brawleon to this point though, they are the most commonly abandoned of the Eeveelutions. Those that are released are usually found in cities, terrorizing innocent Pokemon. These Brawleon are active at night, where they jump out at other Pokemon from the shadows. Their glowing red eyes scare and intimidate smaller Pokemon, who end up running away while Brawleon gives chase. This Pokemon can be obtained early on, with Eevee only needing to know a fighting-type move and evolve at night. And now we end things off with a normal-type Eeveelution, Eeveeon. Eevee's unstable DNA that allows it to transform into so many different Pokemon forces Eevee to try to evolve over time. If an Eevee hasn't evolved by level 50, its body will try to change all on its own. The only way to stop evolution at this point is with the power of an Everstone or the reassurance of a trainer. Eevee grows multiple tails as if its body is trying to figure out what form to take. Orbs sprout from its neck fur in a wide array of colors. Some legends say that Eeveeon is the creator of the different evolutionary stones. While this Eeveelution would be only obtainable late game, it could be well worth it. Eeveeon can learn any type of move. Anytime they are sent out into battle, the move type they use will receive a same type attack bonus without Eeveeon having to change their typing. So if Eeveeon was sent out to fight a Gengar and used Crunch, it would not only be super effective, but that move would also have a same type attack bonus applied, while Eeveeon would still be resistant to Gengar's ghost type attacks. Which of these Eeveelutions was your favorite? Are there any other Pokemon evolutions that you think could get the every type treatment? Or are there any other topics you would want to be discussed in the future? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!